Watching today's winners and losers on Wall Street with our financial expert Rob Black. And Rob, I re-upped with Netflix. I'm sure like millions of other people did, just to watch Arrested Development.
Yes, old TV show that got resurrected. 100,000 people actually pirated it in the first 24 hours, so I don't know why you re-upped your subscription at $8 a month. But it turned out to be a little bit disappointment. The stock was priced for perfection, rising from the low 70s all the way up to 250, so it's pulled back. Now, again, is it an overreaction? Yes. They've got 29.2 million subscribers who pay $8 a month. They're going to have to raise that $8 because that's too cheap. Wow. HBO charges $20 a month roughly, so you can kind of see where it's a fight for the eyeballs. Hemlock was a disaster for Netflix. House of Cards was a big winner for Netflix. We'll know in July when they release their numbers whether this will be a winner or not. But needless to say, it shows you a little bit about some of the questions that Wall Street asks on a regular basis. There was disappointment. They didn't pre-screen it, so we didn't know that it was going to be disappointing. So Wall Street does build off expectations. And look at those old red, look at that old footage we have. The red packages.
And the debacle, remember they were going to separate the packaging and do two separate companies for a time?
Yep.
That didn't stick. All right, let's talk about coffee. And I remember for a while we talked about the big run-up in coffee bean prices, and now it seems they're coming way down.
That's way back in 2011 when coffee hit its all-time high. $2.99 a pound. Since then, it's been in decline. Starbucks is the story here. Starbucks, the price of coffee's dropping, but they're not going to change their price of latte. Procter & Gamble, Maxwell House, Folgers, JM Smuckers, and Kraft, yeah, they will change their packaged coffee prices, so we as consumers will win. But Starbucks won't change their coffee latte prices, so they are going to win because the market for Arabica, I can't know if I'm saying that right or not. Arabica. Oh, not that dirty, cheap Robusto coffee, but Arabica is the good stuff, and prices have dropped. So again, rain in Brazil changes the investment for Starbucks.
Interesting. All right, now let's talk about, this was a great story everyone was talking about today, how mothers are becoming the breadwinners more and more.
And this brings up, it's a census trend that we got that data from. So 4 out of 10 women now, either single mothers or dual income families, or they're the primary breadwinners, are making more than males. And that brings up a lot of issues. Divorce, a lot of men are very uncomfortable with it. It brings up, are children being raised and educated by the male or the female? Is there a difference? So these trends will play out into colleges and incomes and retirements. Divorce is very expensive. So just when you see a story like this, yes, celebrate that women are accepted in the workforce, that they're higher educated, but also know that there's ramifications that both might be positive and negative.
All right, we have an email to talk about. This is from Katrina. There's a question a lot of people have been asking. How high will mortgage rates go?
Yeah, for the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage, non-jumbo, it's moved from about 3.3% to 4% quickly. So the 10-year Treasury's moved higher. Now, this is a good sign and a bad sign because it's probably telling us the job market's healthier, which means more people will be buying houses, more people will be moving away from mom and dad's. But it's negative because you'll be able to buy less. If mortgage rates go from 4% to 5%, your home might lose 20% of value. So a lot of questions on it. People who want to buy a house, buy what you could afford. Don't worry about the rates. Historically, we'd like to get back to 6 to 7% on a 30-year mortgage because that would put the 10-year Treasury right around 4%. The banks will get their middleman cut as it's built into the product. But I don't think rates spike from here. They've spiked in the last month, so they'll probably settle down. Good economic data, rates will go higher. Bad economic data, rates will go lower.
Thank you, Rob. And if you have a question for Rob, you can post it on his Facebook fan page, and we'll answer it right here on KRON 4.